I love the name of the show. Did you know that your initials are SO?
Believe it or not, the show was named that, and I had a different name. I changed my name to host the show. My name is actually Carl Bergens, yeah.
Oh, were you in charge of KB Toys?
I was for the longest time.
Welcome to Soul Happy Hour. And now, your host with the most, Sammy Obeid.
Yeah! So, a lot happened this week. There's a winery that will pay you $10,000 to live rent-free in Sonoma. Yeah. So if you didn't already become an alcoholic during quarantine, now's your chance. An American boyfriend of a British woman who went missing in the Virgin Islands refuses to let cops search his boat. I'll tell you, if he's not hiding a body, he's definitely hiding his Bass Pro hats collection. A Texas museum removed a Trump wax figure after a visitor repeatedly punched it. Melania has since been banned from the museum. Sad news, pollution, in addition to causing global warming, is also shrinking human penises. In short, the sea level is stealing our inches. They're saying that by 2035, the penis is going to be so small and undetectable, they're going to call it the clitoris. Krispy Kreme will now give you a free donut if you got vaccinated. Yeah, it's like, take that, anti-vaxxers. Now you can't get diabetes. After months of putting it off, Russian President Vladimir Putin finally got the COVID vaccine this week. Yeah. The reason it took long is because they had to find the right syringe amongst all the vials of poison for their veins. But fortunately, it was very easy to give it to him. He already had his shirt off. They just had to give it to the horse. A man claimed to have found shrimp tails and dental floss in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This same man also married Topanga from Boy Meets World. Yeah, and I thought my week was crazy because I found a baby shark in my Frosted Flakes and gave an HJ to Mr. Feeney. Jay Leno issued an apology for his racist Asian jokes. Now, as an Asian American, I was so disgusted that I spit out my dog and was just furious that he didn't apologize for all of his jokes. The U.S. Supreme Court is considering sentencing one of the Boston bombers to death. Yes, and in honor of the New England Patriots, they're sentencing him to death by deflation. All right, well, thank you for joining tonight. Our guest tonight, he's a comedian, he's a musician, he's a proud vegan. Everybody, please welcome.
Someone say Satan?
Satan? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hello, Sammy.
Satan?
No.
You
Satan, like Satan, like the Satan.
Oh, like the wheat gluten stuff. That's I get it. I get it.
I'm vegan Satan.
Yes. You look awfully like our tech.
That has nothing to do with anything. Can we please turn the music off? It's getting a little bit annoying. Thank you.
Turn the music. I kind of liked it. Can we turn it just down like a low, like romantic level?
No, I'm Satan. You should listen to me. Oh, whatever. Anyway, I am vegan Satan. And I
vegan Satan. I get it. Yes, I get it. Satan, the wheat gluten. I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
Okay. Yeah. You get it. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Now, I am here.
Pretty funny.
To get my name out there because not a lot of people have heard of me. You see. You know, do some tormenting, a little bit of meat shaming, maybe a few possessions, you know, really dare to fail. Satan goal stuff.
Yeah, no, that sounds very interesting. I'm glad that you're trying to improve yourself, but we're all set here, man. We got a good show.
Human, you have not yet been tested by the 3 temptations of Satan. I swear, I will convert thee to veganism, or my name is not Satan, which it is, so you know.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, try me, I guess.
All right. You'll regret this, Sammy. Temptation number 1. Pleasure. There's nothing more enticing than a nutrient-rich, guilt-free meal. Why don't you just take a bite of this delicious vegan hot dog? Ooh.
That is definitely a stick of celery.
Yes.
At best, a piece of thin fennel, but I would say celery.
Oh, you can't resist its fibrous allure, can you, Sammy?
I can. I think I'm going to pass, actually, on this one.
Are you sure?
It looks... yeah.
Vitamin K.
I've seen better pieces of celery. Much better.
So be it. There are still 2 temptations to go. Number 2 is pride. As a vegan, you shall walk the earth feeling superior to everyone else. And also, you may even lose those disgusting love handles, Sammy.
Are you body shaming me?
I don't know. Are you shaming me?
I don't think that's a thing. You know what? I'm body positive, so I'm going to say no to temptation number 2. How about that?
You have done well so far, Sammy. But my last temptation is the most temptationing of all. For it is that of fame and fortune. By becoming vegan, you will join the glorious pantheon of famous vegans, including Ellen DeGeneres. I think Woody Allen is also vegan, yes.
Woody Harrelson.
Thank you.
I think it's Woody Harrelson, yeah.
See, you're getting tempted already. So who else was there? Where's my notebook? Crap. I think Myq Kaplan, is that a person? I think he's vegan.
Yes, that's our guest tonight, Myq Kaplan. He's an awesome guest, which is why you need to leave so we can get him on.
No, I can't leave yet. There are still so many more benefits to veganism that I haven't explained. You can get out of Thanksgiving very easily. Mm-hmm. You can still eat Oreos. It's totally free. Just eat them as much as you want. You can shit on command. Check this out.
No. That's not a benefit. That's definitely not a benefit.
Are you sure, Sammy? Shitting on command can get you out of any situation.
Any situation?
I would love to show you if you'd be willing to witness a demonstration.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, here we go. Okay, you know what? Forget it. I'll just give you the power, and that'll be great. So you've been tempted. Yes, I tempted you.
Yes, I've been tempted. If I accept veganism, will you go?
Oh, absolutely, Sammy. You will never hear from me again.
Great.
But I can't say the same for all your little minions. I shall come back to haunt you all in your dreams, as long as I have consent. Consent, Sammy. Okay, bye.
Give it up for vegan Satan, everybody. All right, so now that we have that out of the way, let's bring on your amazing guest. You've seen him on late night TV, Comedy Central. He's a regular on all of our KO shows, amazing comedian, and you can check out his album now. It's called AKA. Everybody give it up for Myq Kaplan!
Hey! Thank you. Wow, I'm really sorry that unexpected interruption happened right after you started introducing me the first time.
I mean, honestly, we've never had that problem before on this show, so.
I mean, it's, I'm glad that it's hard for me to understand. He was Satan, the vegan, like, wheat gluten-based meat substitute, and also he wanted people to eat that. But I know it was weird that he was like, I'm Satan, and here's celery. Like that
right. It was weird.
It was confusing.
Ironically, he could have pushed the whole wheat gluten angle a little bit more, because I think people are more scared of that than actual Satan.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend is allergic to wheat, so I feel like it is more like it has an appropriate name. It is kind of like the devil in a lot of people's circles, but also, what if I said I'd never noticed that the word Satan and Satan were so similar? What if I said that?
No, I would say you're lying
Yeah,
to
I would
all
be.
of us right now.
I would be joking. I would be.
I would say you've written at least. Yeah, you've written at least 10 amazing jokes with that wordplay in there for sure. At least 10. I did write one just so I can try to get a cheap laugh. I just want to see if you approve. I wrote one maybe 5 years ago. My girlfriend is both vegan and pagan. She's a Satan worshipper.
Oh yeah, I mean that sounds like the joke. That's the one. Like I think everyone is welcome to make it, and you've done a good job.
I'm part of the club. I'm part of the club of maybe 10 at this point.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah, I love the name of the show. Did you know that your initials are SO? And I wonder if everyone watching is already aware that the word SO also spells so, and so it really fits with the so or SO happy hour. I didn't even realize it until I was looking at it.
Actually, believe it or not, the show was named that, and I had a different name. I changed my name to host the show. My name is actually Carl Bergens. Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, were you in charge of KB Toys?
I was for the longest time.
I loved your toys.
I was. Yeah. And then I changed my last name to Ocean so I could host KO Comedy. And then they're like, we have a new show, So Happy Hour. I'm like, I'm just rebranding all over the place now. It's been difficult. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to keep track of who you are. Like, who are you even, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of names, I've always been intrigued by the spelling of your name. Is this pardon my ignorance, but is this a common spelling of Myq, or is it
do other people not spell Myq this way? Is this joke pretending over now? Okay. I do the way that it happened in around like 1994-ish, is when I can look it up exactly if you want, but it's when Prince changed his name to a symbol. And I was like a teenager at this artsy summer camp, and I was, like a little weirdo. I've since grown out of that. I'm a much bigger weirdo now. And I was like, that guy did a cool, weird thing, Prince. And I was like, I'll do a cool, weird thing. And like, compared to what Prince did, I did a much more normal thing. Like I use the typewriter or the keyboard. Like I'm using the regular alphabet. Like you'd have to create a new, I didn't create, I was just using the ingredients of the alphabet soup that was already here. But then he changed his back eventually because it turned out it was for like legal copyright or, purposes with his label. And so then I was like, oh, I guess I'm weird and alone now. And so that's how it's ever been.
Oh, props for you to not changing yours back either. You could have totally done that.
That was so much. I mean, at this point, I don't care. You can spell my name however you want. It's Myq, Michael, MYQL, whatever you wish. Pronounce it. The Myq or the Meek will inherit the earth. Whatever it is, I'm fine. No matter. But there's so much inertia now, just carrying me forward. Like this name has been stamped on so many things. But now I see I have an inspiration that you, Carl, began. And from KB to KO to SO, who knows what initial is gonna be next, Sorry,
I actually flubbed earlier. It's Carl Begat. So it's it's a generational name.
I understand.
My father's name was Carl. Carl Begat Carl.
That. Do you? Hey, Sammy, can I call you Sammy?
That's fine. Yeah.
It's hard to know now, but are you familiar with retronyms? Do you know what a retronym is?
I've heard that term before, and I learned it, and then I don't remember what it is. But can I make a guess?
I'd love for you to guess.
So just like there's a synonym or a homonym, it's words that share some kind of property. So if retro is the indicator here, they're sharing their love for old shit.
What a wonderful, you've certainly identified the two halves of the word, retro and nym, so obviously now, what if I said you're 100% right, and now just give me an example of a retronym.
A retronym? Yeah. So so vinyl, that's retro, right?
It is pretty. Yeah, that's definitely retro.
Right, and then so it's a vinyl is also a record. You could also say it's a record. So they're both retronyms.
Absolutely, that isn't exactly right. But refer here. I'll give you some examples of retronyms. Landline, or for example, when the landline first came out, they didn't call it a landline. They only called it a landline after the mobile phone became the predominant phone. And so then they recreated, they're like, oh, I guess, well, how do we differentiate? We now have, for the retro thing, a new nym. So landline or snail mail is another one. And one that I just learned. What's that?
Dial-up.
Oh, dial-up. Sure.
Dial-up.
And also I learned recently that anyone who has a child that they name Junior, like their own name is a retronym. If it's like, Carl begat Senior, he wasn't born Carl begat Senior. He only became Carl begat Senior after he begat Carl begat Junior.
Right.
So after Carl begat Senior begat Carl begat Junior, then Carl begat became Carl begat Senior. And the name Carl begat Senior was begat by the begetting of Carl begat Junior.
That is my family tree. That is correct. Does that mean Carl begat is my retronym, or Sammy Obeid is my retronym?
No, I don't think it means that either of those are. I think I've done look, I think the responsibility for people understanding this is mine, and I accept that I have not risen to the level of making you understand, and it's really
you made your point over and over like a broken vinyl.
I like it.
So you see what I did there? I would say record by using the retronym. I swapped them because they're retronyms.
Oh boy, yeah. Now it seems like I understand that you're having fun, and I'm very pro fun, and I'm glad. I also do want people to understand the meaning, but also I can't control the outcome. I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to have seen The Matrix to understand what I'm talking about. Yeah.
We'll circle back to this. We'll circle back to this conversation, although we may name it something differently when we come back.
I accept.
So Myq, I don't know why I'm laughing at this point.
Oh, because it's a funny show and I'm a comedian.
That's right. That's right. I often forget.
Yeah.
So why haven't you cut your hair yet since the pandemic started?
Great question. I guess combination of not wanting to, fear. Fear of, I'm not afraid. My girlfriend has offered to trim it, but also there has been no need. Like, there is sincerely, like, why do I need to, I always used to get haircuts like before, like if I ever had like a TV appearance, or if I had like an audition or something that I'm like, this is a big thing out in the world to look nice. But I feel like now people are like, I've got my work pajamas and my home pajamas, and it's just, I love letting my body do what my body's gonna do, and I like protecting the families of the workers at my local barber shop or salon or what have you, and protecting my own family, because I'm not vaccinated yet, and a haircut to me is not essential. So that is the sincere answer.
That's great. So when people see that look of the long hair, it's called the protector.
Yes,
right.
And it can also double as kind of a mask, as well, which my eyebrows, are also have been encouraged by my girlfriend to be grown out, and I realized that they're great for protecting. They probably can catch some droplets. Probably also help with protecting from the sun. You know, I mean, sunscreen's important too. But if you can grow hair all over your face, like why not? You know, Cousin It style sunscreen, protect yourself as well.
That's great. That's great. That's a fantastic answer.
Ooh, also, can we do one quick alternate response? Will you ask me the same question?
Yeah, I'll ask you again. Yeah. So, Myq, why haven't you cut your hair yet?
How did you know that I didn't? That's all I wanted to just like. What? Who told you? Yeah. Like, have you been reading my diary? Yeah.
Yeah, back when my name was Kurt Ocean, I actually saw you with shorter hair at the beginning of our runs. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I guess I'm glad I went with the sincere route at first because I mean, I guess it could have gone I like to joke, and that's true. And I also like to tell the truth, and that's not a joke. What I'm struggling with right now is like when here's an old joke of mine that I would like to present as an analogy to what I'm experiencing now. When I used to work at a cafe, sometimes people would come in, and this is actually while I was at this university getting this degree. So I didn't have the degree yet. I didn't know how to do exactly what I wanted to do. People sometimes ask for a Kai latte, let's say. And perhaps you know, and perhaps I know, that chai latte is the more common pronunciation of that drink. Thank you for nodding, folks. I see nodding.
But the Kai latte is for the fraternity members.
Yes, exactly.
A Sigma Chi latte. I got a Sigma Chi latte, Alpha Chi latte.
And so here's the challenge I faced then was that I didn't know if I should just, let it go and let them continue to walk through the world knowing nothing about the pronunciation of chai latte. But if I was like, what if I didn't want to be too harsh and be like, it's chai latte? How do you even know? How did you get this far? And how do you know that there is a such thing as a chai latte? But they're like, I'm only reading it. But also they're like, looking like what a CH does, right? Like, so I didn't want to be like that. Right. Similarly to right now, like you've clearly done so much research. Like you're a smart guy. You're a funny, nice, smart guy. And also it's not called University of Boston. That's all I wanted to say.
So sorry.
It's UOB, old UOB, classic abbreviation. You're on the West Coast. How can I expect you to be familiar with just the letters B and U in that order? I did go to BU for linguistics.
Great. Yeah, I think you've definitely made that clear. That's so, and I've always admired your mastery of words. Is that something that you've had your whole life, or do you feel like you kind of just nurtured it, or you found it at the Boston of University?
I like it. Good question. I don't think that I always did have a mastery of words. Like when I was born, I didn't talk for quite a while, but then I did. Once I started, I never looked back. I talk nearly every day. Like I know there's silent retreats and people really swear by them. People are talking so much about silent retreats, which means I don't know if they're working, but I really think it could be valuable for me. So the point that I'm at right now is talking a lot about thinking a lot about going on a silent retreat. So I think I'm a couple steps away. But sometimes people have asked the question in this way that like I started going to Boston University for Boston of University for linguistics in the year 2000. I started doing comedy around 2002. I was sort of doing music a little before that. And they were like, "Oh, did you go to get this linguistics degree to help you like become like more powerful with the comedy of words?" And I was like, or like, "Oh, or did it go the other way around? Did like one of them help you with the other?" And the way that I feel is that they're both kind of like symptoms. They're both like branches that grow from the tree of myself. I used to say symptoms of the disease that is myself, but I don't think of myself as a disease. I think of myself as an ease, if I can, which is the opposite of a disease, you know?
Yes.
But it is something that to answer your question very sincerely, I remember in second grade, like loving learning about diagramming sentences. I was like, you can math the English? You know, that was like something that I was like, I didn't care that much about reading comprehension. I'm like, I don't want to prove to you that I know what's going on. I just want to know what the rules are. I just want to know what the guidelines are. I want to know like what is, you know, what is like what's happening, and so yeah, ever since then, at least I think I was. Here's the thing, I think that I was insufferable at times, but I think that more recently I have been, you know, understanding that different people have different experiences. Like I don't go around correcting people's grammar or their errors of like if they get the name of a university wrong. But you know, that's something that I only do special for a show. But I like to think that I am sufferable now. That's all I want, is for people to be able to suffer me. But anyway, I'm sorry to mow all of this down. Mow is, of course, the word MOW, which stands for mastery of words. So that's all. I mean,
wow.
that's
fantastic.
not even, I haven't even done
that
like those are ingredients to a thing that you could do anything if you want to with that. But I did that. Yeah. So thanks for asking. Thanks for saying the nice thing.
Of course.
That you said.
I'm always just so in awe by your momentum of how you can go from sentence to sentence. You have this momentum that I never want to like disturb or break up. I had like, there was like 5 things I wanted to say in there. Like you said, you would hate to correct someone on their pronunciation. Pronunciation.
That's my favorite.
That was my first joke. You said you would hate to correct someone on their pronunciation of chai latte. I said because that would be childish. That was my first joke. That was gone. And then you said you're a few steps away from a silent retreat, and I was going to say unless you retreat. And then you said I used to be a disease, and I was going to say that's your retronym.
I wish. I'm sorry that everyone is not really getting great examples of retronyms, but I do. Joke logic is strong in this one.
But I just wanted to ask: is it okay if we take all of those and I edit them in post to write when you say them, so it looks like I had the joke at the right?
Yeah. Do you like that I'm shaking my head, but I'm saying yes? It would be totally fine if you did that. I mean, I would be curious to see that.
You would freeze. Well, basically, we will freeze. You'll be frozen, and I'll stop it, and I'll be like, and then I'll make the joke, and you're clearly frozen, and then we resume.
Oh yeah, and then but right now will there just be like missing? You'll be like, so my first joke is, and my second joke is, and my third joke is, and my fourth joke is. I like it. You know, here's something. My 8th grade English teacher, Mr. Frost. He would always Robert. He was my teacher. It was actually a different Mr. Frost. I was
going to say, was it Jack or Robert? I thought it might have been Jack. Okay.
Yeah, no, I took the Mr. Frost less traveled by, so it was neither of those. And
glad he wasn't nipping at you. All right.
No. Yeah. A thing that he said that I thought was like diabolical, I realized later, like, you know, smart, is that he told us at the beginning of the year, he's like, I will sometimes put things on the board that might be misspelled or ungrammatical or, like sort of Easter eggs or afikomen, happy Passover, everyone, to find. And if you find these mistakes that I've planted for you around the room, you will get extra credit, like a little bit of extra credit for each one of those that you find. And I realized like later, probably as an adult, I'm like, I wonder if he ever actually did put any there on purpose, or if he was just like, kids, 8th grade kids are relentless at being like, you're the English teacher and you made a mistake. And he's like, no, that's just, it's here because I put it there on purpose. And so he was diabolical the same way that you were like, pronunciation, that's my joke. Anyhow, next joke. I said I had 4 jokes, but I actually have 5.
That's actually a brilliant way for a student to one-up the teacher. Hand them their test and be like, if you're really smart, you'll find the errors in here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I left a couple of misspellings on purpose on this spelling test.
No,
you can play at that game.
When you were in, I believe, college at the Boston University, you won the funniest student contest.
That's correct.
Was this had you already been doing stand up at the time, or was this your way in?
Great question. So here's the joke. If this were I'm like, if we were like on a late night talk show in the world, such that there was like a producer or like somebody who prepped us, for the questions that we'd be asking. Like, just to be clear to everybody, that hasn't happened. I'm everybody behind the curtain here. My comedy is sort of like a Mobius curtain, like it's constantly behind and in front of it, and there's no way for it to ever stop. But if we were in a situation that I didn't feel like, if I was like, oh, I have to do my bit, it's like the question that you asked me like sets me up perfectly for a bit that I'm like, I don't want to do that bit, but now I'll tell you the bit that I don't want to do. So here, like, I would never just do material to a sincere question that you were asking. Material I just like this. Yeah.
Can I just interject to the crowd? This actually is produced by Comics Unleashed, Byron Allen. So Mike has planned to do the joke.
Oh, yeah. And you've now set me up for my Byron Allen joke, which is really great. I do my best. Like, you know how there's a spectrum, of course, of gender. There are people who are male. There are people who are female. There are people who are non-binary. And similarly, I'd say that there are comedians, and that is a much more higher stakes, sincere concept than what I'm about to do. So just everybody, that's sincere and the truth. And here's the joke that some comedians like are in the moment, on the spectrum of completely in the moment to completely scripted, in the way that Byron Allen might be like, oh, so I hear that you have a joke to tell me about the topic that we agreed to earlier. Like, that is what I would call like a Byron-y kind of comedy. But my comedy is more non-Byron-y. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Whoa! Wow! There was that was pretty Byronic.
The Byronic man. Oh man, that's really funny. That has anyone ever done that? I'm sure. Did Weird Al do like a "Isn't it Bionic"? That would be fun.
Probably did, yeah.
So the thing that here's the joke about that I will tell sometimes, including now, that I did win BU's funniest student competition in 2005. That is true.
Brigham University. You transferred.
Yes, at the University of B. At the UOF Boston University. At the University of Boston University. So I won. I was BU's funniest student, which means out of 32,000 people, I was the funniest of the 11 that were in the contest. So
the funniest would be you. Yeah.
Wait a second.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's
what happens when. That's what happens.
Wait. What? Okay. Would you believe that I have never heard of Satan before? Okay. So the answer is I started doing comedy in about 2002. And so when I won the competition in 2005, I believe there were no other students in the competition who had done comedy as much as I had or as regularly as I had. There were a few other comedians who came through Boston University who were really funny, but they were not in, I think, the competition that year with me. But do you know Eric Charles Nielsen?
No.
Oh, he's you watch the show Community?
Mm-hmm.
He's
plays
on it? Gareth on Community.
Okay.
And he's super funny. And he actually won. We were both in a competition at Boston University that was on the TV show Inside Edition, which was like I don't even know why or how, but they invited people to sing, they invited people to tell jokes, and they invited people to be spokesmodels. And then they had a competition for each of those. And for comedians, 4 people showed up, and they gave a first, second, and third prize. And I think I came in third, and Eric won, and one person didn't. So, but look where I am now, Eric, who's my friend. Here I am on the KOSOKB comedy show. Oh, the SOB comedy show. Absolutely. That makes sense.
That's right. There we go.
The son of Begat, of course.
Yes. My dear father. Great. Well, I'm glad that we have the funniest student of the BU here today. That's actually why we booked you. That's why we booked you.
Wait a minute.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Really, that was a really bad bookend to that joke. But we have some games. We have some games we would love for you to play.
Oh, I'm really excited to play games. I'm sorry that I said it like I wasn't, but I do like games.
Good.
Yeah, I'd really love to play some games. I'm sorry, my voice is irregular when it's sarcastic, and I do have that problem sometimes that people do not know when I'm being sincere because my sincere voice sounds kind of like this, you know.
Right. People say that to me, like I can't tell when you're being sincere or sarcastic, and I'm like, you're real smart.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because
they are. Because I'm like I think they're really smart, and I'm like, you picked up on that. You know me. That's great.
You can figure it out. Yeah.
We have some games just for you. Yeah. So we're gonna bring out our resident game host. Everybody, give it up for Keiph.
Oh, hello, Keiph.
How you doing, Mike?
Oh, good. You're a little quiet in my ears. Let me see if I can turn that up on my end. Oh, yeah.
You're better now.
Great. So we're playing a game called Homonym.
Ooh.
So basically, I'm going to give you and Sammy a clue for a homonym. You all have to guess the homonym. Then I'll give you the homonym in a sentence, and you have to guess the spelling of that homonym.
Okay.
Great. Sorry, go ahead.
My question is, are we collaborating like we're a team, or are we competing like we're in competition?
Do you want to compete against Sammy? Would you like to compete?
I don't want to compete. I don't want to compete against this guy.
We're a team.
Yeah.
You all are a team. You all are a team.
I was just going to say that I pitched the name of this game to be called No Homonym, but they said that was homonym phobic. So
yeah. I really like homonym. Also, did you know that when I worked selling coffee, the people that I worked with were my steam mates? Anyway, gotta go. Okay, so
that was a latte for one. Okay.
First clue.
The game's already over. All right. Sorry. Go ahead, Keith.
No, y'all good. First clue. Those people over yonder with friends and family.
Those people over yonder with friends and family.
Yes. So the thing is, we're using the homonyms all in the clue. So
Okay.
yes.
And this is sorry, I actually don't know how this game works. This is this an acronym for what we're actually trying to guess, or these letters here?
The letters are a clue.
Yeah.
The letters are a clue, and also we're looking for homonyms based on what you said.
Is it there?
Correct.
All right.
So I'll read it to you. It'll pretty much the sentence is there with theirs. So
Yeah.
with friends and family. Now you're
There's
yes. So now you have to spell it. And then we're gonna ask you to spell it.
Okay. So there, the first one is THEY''RE over what?
those people over yonder. Say it one more time. Those people over yonder. What?
Those people over yonder with friends and family.
With friends and family. So we know the yonder is going to be the THERE. Let's do the easy part first.
I'm not sure how there is a hard part, but I did answer a question apparently wrong. Because if it's all three of them, then you want us to spell them in the right order?
Well, Myq.
Yes, Keith. I'm not here to, like the Hunger Games, like take down this whole system from within. But
in the spirit of your spelling, we're fucking up all the spellings of the name.
Oh shit!
So you know what? You have to guess how you.
Oh, okay. THYR. How about that?
Yeah. Yes. That's great. So you got the gist of it. So I'm gonna go on to the first one. I'm gonna to the next one.
Okay.
Great.
A naked grizzly brings the aspirin.
Oh yeah. A bear bears bear.
Oh, that was great. That's exactly how.
All right.
That's exactly.
I'm starting to understand the game. I'm starting to understand the game now. Okay.
And how would you spell it? Don't look at the screen, but how would you?
Oh, of course. Just I know BYR. BAYR. I mean a BYO BAYR. I mean.
I would say University of BYEOR.
So we went with B dash the wind emoji or Aries.
Oh, I see. That's the answer.
So the answer is right in front of us. Okay. Okay, got it.
That makes the game a little bit easier. Okay, here we go.
Next homonym, next clue. A first-time buffalo understood.
A first-time buffalo understood.
Okay, a buffalo. I mean, a bison is like a buffalo. And a bovine or an ovine, those are maybe things that are related to buffaloes. A first-time buffalo understood. Is it a new? Yeah, it's a new.
Mm-hmm. A new. Yeah.
Yeah.
A new. And I'm sure you all can see the spelling.
And yeah, Nebraska University.
The wind emoji. That's what I want. Yeah.
This is a lot like your professor. It's like you find the errors, you tell us.
Next one. This might be my personal favorite. A plumber singing along in unison with a boy band.
Oh, that's in sync with in sync. I mean, I don't know if is there a third in sync?
In sync with in sync. Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly it. In sync, in sync with in sync.
Yeah.
Damn.
And the spelling is N over a boat going down. N over the Titanic.
Yes.
That sounds like a math equation. N over the Titanic is your answer here.
Oh yeah. You know, when I use my Bluetooth headphones to listen to stuff while I'm cooking. I call that the kitchen sink. And everything else is everything but that. Please continue.
Okay. The next clue. Purchase 2 forget-me-nots for a funeral from Brian.
Purchase 2
forget-me-nots or a funeral from Brian.
Well, I wrote a joke once in which, interesting. Two people are talking, and one is like, I'm thinking of getting into purchasing some plants. And then the other person says, botany? And the other says, no, not yet. I haven't botany yet. So is botany involved in this?
No, but the B, though. The B.
You got the B part.
Okay. Will you read the clue one more time?
Yes. Purchase 2 forget-me-nots for a funeral from Brian.
Okay.
Bought
or buy forget-me-nots. What are forget-me-nots? Are those, they're a certain kind of flower?
Mm-hmm.
And who is Brian? We gotta get to the bottom of here. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. You got something, Sammy?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what the hand is doing.
I think it's waving goodbye. I think that part is a buy.
Buy. Is buy a nickname for a Bryant? Brian. Purchase 2 forgive me. Buys.
Bye.
Oh, it's an NSYNC song. Bye, of course.
Did you say Brian or Brian?
I said Brian. So I'll go ahead and read the sentence. It's
please.
Bye, biannuals, bye, Bry.
Wow.
So
yep, I knew that.
This one, there was a little bit of a trick because bi and bry are not exactly homonyms.
And I will say we are acting like we've never heard this before because Byron told us at the very beginning. Byron Allen. You guys remember the Byron Allen? Remember that from 5 minutes ago?
I live in the moment, so who is everyone?
Thanks, Keith. Last one.
Ooh.
My favorite one. Teabagging a horn.
Teabagging
a horn.
A horn. Okay. So I see an axe on the screen, and I know that teabagging can involve sacks, but I also see a snake, and it looks like it says snake axe, but that doesn't answer our questions. This is I want to figure this one out. Unless it's just a completely different sentence and you're
sacks,
snake axe.
Right? Why? Well, but if we're the horn, it's like the saxophone, so it's like sax.
Oh yeah.
Sax.
It's sax. So the sex part isn't quite there, but you know. If you were fucking a horn, how would you fuck it? You would teabag.
Serpentine fireman.
Absolutely.
You know, when I was a kid, my parents were music teachers. This is a true story that I had a shirt that had on it a picture of the instrument, a cymbal, and then also next to it was the picture of the instrument, the saxophone, and underneath it, it said sax cymbal. And that was given to me as a child by my parents. That's all.
My parents actually, they gave me a symbol also for my 6th birthday, and they're like, this is the symbol formerly known as Prince.
Carl.
Was that it, Keith?
Yeah, I have no more homonyms for you all. Thank you all so much for playing.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank
that
you.
was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Keith.
That was a good game. You know, for a while, do you know Zach Sherwin, Sammy?
Yeah.
Zach and I had a joint Twitter account where we called them twofers, where we make kind of this kind of thing, like a sentence where, okay, like here's can I give you, Keith, you can also play if I can give you a trivia question. Kind of the same type of thing, but I'm just going to ask you a question, and the answer will be the same thing twice in a row. I'll give you an example of if it was like the pieces of food go into the bugs who want them the most. That would be ingredients. Or it could be like, talking trees if you'd want it to be more like ants than ants, ingredients. So here is a question. What would Dr. Dre's protege use to blast feces off of a pier or a dock? A pier, yeah.
Ooh, you just said dock. I did
say dock. I gave you a clue. Yeah. It's been a while since I've done these. We could be a team,
dock.
and I can tell you the answer as well.
Yeah, that would be great.
Say Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre is what that one would be.
Dr. Dre. I see.
Oh, yeah. And here's one that I don't think is... okay, I want to see... Yeah, this one's not okay, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's... This one's a triple. This one's... actress Reese shrivels a vagina using a particular utensil.
Oh, I know.
Reese with her spoon.
Yeah, it's Witherspoon.
Ah, yes.
Very sorry, everybody. I blame Keith.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's I think there might still be tweets up at that account. It's called Too Ferocious. TWOFER, like a twofer, and then Ocious, because we're like, we called them twofers. But it's possible they're all gone. Are there more games, or is that the only game? You said we play games.
There is another game.
Okay.
Did someone say Satan again?
You did.
That's right. That's right, Sammy. The reviews are in. The critics rave. Vegan Satan is the most highly reviewed character on the entire So Happy Hour. And you know what that means? I'm going to be the new host forever.
Were those reviews in private messages? Because I didn't see them in the public chat.
Yes, they were all through my Discord. Mike, hello, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Nice
That's
to
good.
see you.
Thank you. It's nice to see you as well. I'm here to test your commitment to the plant-based ways. We're going to play a devilish game of Would You Rather. I call it Would You Leather. Ha!
Oh no, I wouldn't leather.
Oh, well, that's too bad, because I'm about to ask you some very difficult questions.
Okay.
And if your answers are deemed to be carnivorous, I will eat a baby live.
This is
on
confusing.
My God.
Like a baby carrot, or this is...
We'll see. There could be wordplay involved. Are you ready, Mike?
I think so.
Let's begin. Would you rather have to beat up 3 flamingos or 30 lobsters?
Oh, no, I wouldn't want to do either of those.
You have to pick one, Mike.
Oh, I don't think I do.
Oh, I think you might have to pick just one.
Oh,
Maybe I'll take it down a little bit. Just one lobster.
I mean, yeah, no, still no, thank you.
A rock?
Yeah, rock's fine. I would beat up a rock.
You fool! You have chosen conversely, and now the aforementioned wordplay comes into peace.
Oh, I'm sorry if I ruined your joke by guessing that you were gonna eat a baby carrot.
Quite all right, Mr. Very Clever. This works very well because I do not eat dinner. And so, like a regular vegan, I am very hungry.
Oh,
Next
yeah,
question.
That's actually a hurtful stereotype. It's fine.
Well, I apologize for that. But this
when we're hungry, we eat. That's all, you know.
This question certainly will not make up for it. Would you rather get a panda canceled on Twitter or teach a gorilla to sign "It only swears"?
Oh, I mean, I would say that I would be fine to if a panda had done something that required there be, you know, public consequences. Like I mean, I don't even think that quote unquote being canceled means, I mean, it's such a spectrum of what it could mean. It usually means just people don't like a thing that you said. And yeah, if a panda said something that was insensitive and hurt people's feelings, then I would definitely choose that rather than teach a gorilla swears.
Can I just make a joke? I think what he's saying is that canceling is not binary unless your name is Nary, in which case binary.
I appreciate your joke. That is, I'm gonna say it's not exactly what I was intending to say, but I guess it's it's that Nary is so close to, like, here. It's not a name that I've heard. I mean, anybody can on the spectrum, but it's so close to a name, like the name Mary.
Yeah. It's short for canary.
To my Satan ears and my horns that barely show up in this virtual background. Oh, you make me so angry, Myq. That's why I'm going to relish this next question.
Is that a joke about how relish is a food?
Very much. You're very clever tonight. Would you... Oh, I forgot to eat the baby carrot because you said you'd cancel a panda.
He's hungry.
I'm very hungry. Would you rather photobomb an elephant's wedding or tell a crab that his parents never loved him and mean it?
I mean, this one's easy, so I'm gonna quick say what I wanted to say earlier too, which is that I feel like, you ever see a person who looks kind of like another person that you know, and then if you have like a great way to come up with a nickname for them, like if you knew someone named Mary and you saw somebody who looked like her almost, you could be like, oh, that's not Mary, or Nary. That would be a good name for a person who looked like your friend Mary, short for not Mary. Of course, I would photobomb an elephant's wedding. That sounds like a lot of fun, and it would give them a great story.
Fun, Myq.
And just for the record, my niece is a Cancer, so I've told her parents don't love her a lot of times.
Well, you know what that means, boys.
I'm not sure.
2 carrots.
Oh my God.
I didn't know it meant that.
Oh, I'm so happy to be finally eating. Next question. Would you rather cheat a gorilla out of $1,000 or grossly underpay a sweatshop of geese?
Oh, I mean, again, I would not want to do either of these, and I don't think, like, you know how in like high school we're like, when are we ever gonna need algebra? But sometimes, you know, you do need to solve math problems in life, but this one you don't. So I abstain. I pass. Phone a friend.
Sure, whatever. I don't like the celery, I guess, for that.
Okay.
I was kind of already doing that anyway. Next question.
How many are there, by the way?
Just like 2 more.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Would you rather take a turtle off of life support or deny travel visas to a family of goats?
I mean, I think that taking the turtle off life support, if it was done in concert with like a consultation with the turtle's doctors and loved ones to find out that if that was what the turtle wished in that situation. Like if I had power of a turtle, then I would definitely do it. Yeah.
The power of a turtle is consenting in this situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but you still killed a turtle. So yummy carrot.
Oh yeah, I'm not for keeping all animals alive forever. I want them to live out their life as fully as possible.
You don't want to keep all animals alive forever? Well, that's not very vegan of you.
I actually think it kind of is.
Moving on.
All right.
From your logical point, the last question. And this question is the hardest one of all.
That's
Would
okay.
you rather eat the teeny tiniest piece of roast beef, or donate all of your lungs to an organ charity? And you will not be reimbursed. This will mean your death.
I mean, I am an organ donor, so I'm definitely already signed up for donating my organs when I'm dead. It seemed like usually the devil is the one who's like, has these secret loopholes, but I feel like I found a secret loophole on the devil offering me. Yeah, I'll definitely donate my organs when I'm dead.
You are much cleverer than me, Mike. That much is for sure.
Fair enough.
I cannot even find a loophole to consume a baby carrot from that answer.
Okay.
Therefore, you win. You have won the game. There is no prize. I am leaving now.
All right. Goodbye. Hey, was there a prize for the last game? Yeah.
Oh, man. All those carrots must be making you pretty orange there, Mr. Devil. Orange, or you could say tan. All right, so sorry for that last one. So sorry for the last one. I was trying to make it work earlier. That was our final game. Now, before we bring on our musical guest, can you tell us where we can find you and where we can find your album?
Sure. Thank you for asking. You can see my name is Myq Kaplan. If you look for that name, all the places that you think you might find things, you'll find podcasts. You will find my my newest album, AKA. I'll put a link to it in the chat also, but it's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify. There are a bunch of other albums as well, and I have a new newsletter that I send out once a week for free that is just full of jokes and other fun units that I call Art Nuggets, and that one's at myqkaplan.substack.com, and that you can subscribe for extra, or you can just for free get the stuff, and that's there in the chat as well. And then my podcasts are called The Faucet, where I talk alone, and Broccoli and Ice Cream, where I talk to people. And those are the places. Thank you for asking and having me as a guest.
Of course. Now we normally have a musical guest at the end of our show, but sad news: our musical guest for the night, Abby Posner, injured her finger this morning. And she's a guitarist, so she's not able to make it and play for us. She will be back on a future show. She promises. She's sorry that she can't make it. Obviously, she's injured. So we had to book a last-minute substitute band. They're new on the scene. They're taking up the scene by storm. They're called 20 Working Fingers. All right, everybody. This is what you got to do. You got to make things work, huh? Let's start with our biggest hit, Retronyms.
What key is it in again?
It's in the key formerly known as C. We may be a little out of tune, actually. This isn't. I'm actually missing a string here too. So I'll just play for effect. Are you more of a rhythm? We've been working together for a while, but we always like to switch it up. Are you feeling more of like a rhythm today?
Oh, sure. I'll be a rhythm. And also, the fact I've never performed over Zoom with music and I've seen it happen. I saw people try to do Happy Birthday from different places, and there's a time delay, so I'm curious that even if we do try to do our perfect harmonies and, you know, synced up lyrics that we definitely know from the songs that we've written in the past, that how they'll even come out. But I mean, yeah, retronyms.
Retronyms.
Yeah, I think that's basically it. And oh, that's nice. Your guitar, it seems like your guitar might not be tuned. Oh, that's nice.
Retronyms.
Oh, yeah.
Retronyms.
I just want to make sure all the fun that everyone had already, like, that's locked in, right? Like, we can't undo.
Can't undo that.
Right?
Can't undo that.
Okay. 20
working fingers, 11 strings. That's our new band name. This one's a news for after the show.
Here's an interesting thing. Let's see. Here's a new word here's our next song, which is it's called Byronym. It's about Byron Allen. It's a combo of Byron Allen and Retronym. So and it's only a title. That's all I have. I don't have
Byronym.
Oh yeah. Byronym. You know it. Everybody. Here's a quick bit that I do sometimes. I mean, it's a song, if I may. It's a song called the Sing-Along Song. So if everyone, you understand how that works. So I'll do the first verse for you, and then you'll understand. So everybody sing along. It's the sing-along song. You don't know the words, so you can't join in. And there's no discernible pattern, so what are you supposed to do? And every time I sing it, it goes a little bit different. Okay, so that's the first verse. Yeah. Ooh, that's beautiful. And here, let's all do the second verse together. Here's the second verse of the sing-along song. The melody and the words are different. So even if you wanted to participate in good faith, there's very little way that you could, because it's a joke. Okay, so that's and I can do as many verses as we want. Here's the third verse. It's short. That's that one. Yes, you guys get it. That's the sing-along song. You can sing it yourself now if you want.
All right, so we've already done a 3-song set, which is already pretty heavy for most of our musical guests. They usually just do 2 or 3, but let's at least do our closing song.
Of course.
First of all, are there any birthdays out there today?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank God.
I think nobody was ever born on March 27th.
It's a very uncommon day. People don't like to have sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't have sex at the beginning of summer. No.
No, it's so hot.
It's too hot.
Not even in Australia where it's the opposite.
The seed just evaporates.
Oh. Wow.
So, sorry, I thought this was the Late Show.
That was. Hey, you know, there is actually a birthday right now for me with respect to the time, because here on the East Coast, it's 10:07, and that's my birthday.
There we go. It's your birth time. All right. So this is our song, Happy Birth Time.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Happy birth time to you.
Me.
Happy birth time to us all.
Me and also you. Yeah, sure. Happy
birth time. It's almost over. Happy birth time. Now it's gone.
But now it's a different one.
It's 10:08, right?
Oh, it is definitely. Yeah.
Your birth time is over.
It is. I like to celebrate my birth decade of minutes. Why do we have a thing for years for decade, but we don't have one for minutes? Like I'll see there in 10 10-minute decades. Or what? The show's over, everyone. No more jokes.
Thank you so much, everybody, for attending So Happy Hour tonight. Sorry about the musical guest. We booked them at the last minute. They're very talented.
Sorry.